and I'm 15 points above where I started. I don't understand what happened. You had a late payment on a secure card or any other account that's on your credit. If you got an installment account like a car loan, that one late payment, all this hard work that you just done, you got that one late payment that just drop your scores down. Your payment history is the most important factor of your credit score. The next thing that we see that's coming.
View what the boss's view. You gotta sacrifice. You wanna move like bosses move.
YMA, Young Millionaires Association. Yeah, see, that's the association.
All right, guys, welcome to the YMA Nation podcast, episode number 68. I am Joe Wallace, and I have a great show for you guys today. We're going to talk about credit. You guys, we all love credit, right? How can we improve it? So if you're on right now, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Go ahead, take a couple of seconds, click that subscribe button. All right. Thank you, guys. You did a good job. Make sure also you hashtag YMA Nation down in the comment section. And also, because you know we always have drawings, so everyone who participates, we do a drawing and we give away free cash at the end of the month. So if you're on, hashtag YMA Nation down in the comment section. Also down in the comment section, you will see the hot new single right now. It is doing crazy numbers on every platform, Spotify, Amazon, YouTube. Just go down and click the link for Let's Go. Let's Go, Joe Wallace, Al Harris, featuring CEEJ. Let's Go. That track is hot. I guarantee you're going to love it. Let's get into the show, right? That's why you guys are here. Today, we are talking about how to improve credit without setbacks. How do I improve my credit without setbacks? And being in my industry, helping people with consumer credit, and their goals are whether to buy a house, purchase a car, refinance, whatever their goals are, they got to get good credit. You have to have good credit. You get great interest rates, right? And even help you get qualified. So what I see in my industry with credit, whether it's business credit or consumer credit, people will start that journey, and then as they're going, then all of a sudden things start to happen, and it kind of sets their file back. I'm going to give you guys the tip that will help you prevent those things. Now, first, before we even get started, I want you guys to have a good understanding of what is credit. So credit, I'm going to bring it down. I'm not going to go like on the Webster dictionary. I'm going to talk to you guys like we're here having a normal conversation. So credit is your ability to borrow money and pay it back. So from a bank or a lender, they look at your credit based on your credit scores, and they make a determination based on you borrowing money in your past and how you manage that money and your payment history. It's that easy. That's credit. So when you guys think of credit, that's credit in simple terms. Those scores that we just talked about are based on 5 factors, and that's on a FICO scale, right? So there's 5 factors that impacts your credit score and how your credit score is calculated. The largest factor of that is your payment history. Your payment history makes up 35% of your score. So you got to pay everything when you borrow, whether it's a loan or credit card, you got to pay it on time. Your mortgage, you got to pay it on time. That's the largest factor of your credit score. You have one late payment, and that could be detrimental to your score. You could lose 80 to 100 points just by one late payment. Payment history. The next one, utilization. That's 30% of your score, or some people call it your debt to credit ratio. 30% of your score. So these are the 2 largest factors: payment history and your debt to credit. That's 30%. So that means that if you borrow $1,000, especially on a revolving account, and the revolving account is a line of credit or a credit card, that means that if I get a credit card for $1,000 online, they advise you to stay around 30%. That means that out of that $1,000, I shouldn't spend over $300. Or if I do spend over $300, when I make my credit card payment, I'm paying it down to $300 or less. So 30%. I advise people to stay around 10%. If you're just starting off, then you need to get in a habit of, you get a secure card, it's $200, and you buy gas and you spend $40 in gas. Pay it off. Unless you're trying to buy a home and a mortgage lender like to see like a small balance. If not, pay it off. Create that good payment, that behavior of not spending more than you can actually manage. Buy, pay off. Banks like American Express love to see that, especially if you have a charge card. Buy, pay off. The next thing is the age of your credit. That makes up 15% of your score. Age, that means that if I have a card and it's a year old, that card, that it has a year of age on it. If I get a card and it's only 1 month old, then that age is new. So the longer I have credit, the better. Having 1 or 2 years of age on your credit is considered poor. 3 to 4 years is considered fair. 5 to 6 years is good, and 7 years plus is excellent. So you want to allow your accounts to age. Never, ever, ever close a credit card. Never, ever close a credit card unless, see, this is why I tell you the things that the other people don't, because I tell you the good side and the bad side. They tell you never close a credit card. I tell you never close a credit card unless it is a secured card and you are at the beginning stage of building your credit. What that means is that if I'm just starting and I have a 560 score and I'm 18 years old, I'm 19 years old, I don't have any credit. So I go and get a secured card, or I go and get 2 secured cards, which I advise people to do. Get 2 cards. Now you got 2 positive revolving accounts hitting your credit month over month. If I have nothing negative over 6 months, I'll be in the 700s. That easy. Buy 2 secured cards. Once I get to 6 months and I have a 700 score, I'm going to apply for like a Capital One card, like a platinum or something like that. If I'm in school, I will apply for a Discover card, a student card. Easy to get, right? Then now I have a unsecured card. So the secured card means that I put my money up to secure the balance on that card. Unsecured means that the bank trusts me because of my payment history and how I manage those two secured cards. Now they're going to give me a card, which will probably be around $500 to $750. But now I got unsecured credit. I will keep that unsecured credit open for 6 months, and then I could close out my secured cards because now I got age, and I could close out the secured cards and get my cash back. So I'll put down a deposit for the secured card, $200 on one card, $200 on the second card. I close those cards out. Once I close out a secured card, if I'm 19 years old, until the day I leave this earth, I will never close out a revolving account. I will keep every card open. And you have to use your cards at least once a year. And that will prevent them from lowering your credit balance or closing the card out on you because the card has sat a year or two and gone dormant. That means that you have not used the card, so they'll just close it. I'm giving you guys all the keys to how you should manage your credit. So that's age. Mixed credit is 10% of your score. That means that once you get into the 780s, that the only thing that help your score to get into like the 800s, the 830, 840 is these small things like having mixed credit. That means you got a revolving account as a line of credit or a credit card, but you also have an installment account like a mortgage or a car payment or a bank loan. Those are installment payment. What is the difference between a revolving account and an installment account? A revolving account means that I have a credit limit, and if I don't spend on it, it's just there. So I can have a credit card that's $1,000. If I don't spend a dime on it, I still have $1,000 credit limit with no payment. On this installment, an installment is a term. So if I go and buy a car, I may get that car and I may pay $400 per month on that car for 60 months. That means every month when that car is due, that car payment is due, I have to make that payment for 60 months. That's an installment. Same thing as a mortgage. You get a mortgage payment, you got to make that mortgage payment every month for how many years of your term. The next thing is new credit. That means that how often are you applying for credit? How many inquiries are on your credit? Every time that you apply for something, whether you apply for a car, you apply for a credit card, that's a new inquiry on your credit, and it drops your scores down by average of 3 to 5 points. So don't just be out applying for everything. You get like a 700 credit score and then just go wild and apply for like 5 credit cards. Like, be smart about it. Start off with 2 cards, and then in 6 months, apply and get 1 or 2, depends on your score, and if you have anything else on your credit. If you're unsure, you can always contact an expert. You could call Masters Credit Consultants, and you can have a free phone consultation, and they'll give you the best guidance. Their website is www.masterscredit.com and or call at 864-249-9466. New credit. So those are the 5 factors that impact.
I started off checking it every other week, just like most people do. Then it got out of control. I couldn't help myself. I started checking it day after day after day. I didn't realize that I was becoming addicted until my wife said something.
What did she say?
She said, "It's just a credit score, relax."
Are you checking your credit score?
Huh? Hold on.
Your score. Now let's get to, if you are currently working on improving your credit, or you're in a credit repair program, and you're trying to understand, like, and we see this all the time, like someone starts out and their scores is 500, and then their scores go to 580, and then they're at a 620, and then a 650, then boom, something happens and it causes their scores to go down. What could happen that could cause your credit score to go down? This is one of the most confusing things that I would like to teach you guys right now. I'm going to get my Sharpie, and we're going to go over to the board, and I'm going to teach you guys about collection accounts, and when a collection account is added and when a collection account is removed. So we'll start off, as an example, someone starting off with a 550 credit score. Don't be in the comment section talking about my writing either. Okay, so say I start off with the 550 credit score, and I'm in like my first month of doing credit. So the first thing, I'm in my first month, I'm starting off in a program for credit repair, and I'm at a 550, and then say I go into my second month and I get an update and my scores have gone up by, we'll say 40 points, because I had 1 item or 2 items deleted from my credit. Woohoo! So now I'm at a 590. I'm happy. I see my scores trending in the right direction. And then the next update comes out, and I have 4 items deleted. I'm like, oh my God, I got 4 items deleted. So I'm celebrating. I got 4 items deleted, and then I stop and I see my scores. And I'm like, what in the world? I got 4 items deleted, but why did my scores drop to a 580? That doesn't make any sense. Say these 4 items was 4 years old and they got deleted. So the longer a collection is on your credit, the less of an impact it has on your credit score. A brand new collection has a horrible impact on your credit score. So if I have 4 deletions and then each account have 4 years of age, guess what I just lost? I just lost 4 years of age on my credit and my scores dropped. Is that okay? Yes, because I'd rather have nothing negative on my credit. Even though my scores have dropped, at some point, the positive on my credit is going to maintain my scores. Why did my scores drop? The main reason we see this happen, and I'm going to tell you. So say this person started off with a 550. They did their consultation. Their consultant told them, hey, you have no positive credit on your credit. So I would advise you to go and get a secure card or get 2 secure cards since you have no credit. Month 1 goes by. That person took no actions on themselves to go and start to build credit. Credit building is key, but they didn't do it. So they got 2 deletions and thinking, oh, life is great. My score is going up. The next month, 4 deletions. They still no positive credit. So now there's nothing to offset this. There's no age on here to offset the age that they're losing. Is it a good thing? Yes, you got a total of 6 items deleted from your credit, but you need that positive to be reporting to help drive your scores up even higher. Because if this person had started right here, when they first did their first consultation and they was advised to get 2 secure cards, 2 months of those 2 secure cards reporting would have took that score from a 590 to probably like a 610. Key. So when people say, I don't understand why I'm getting items deleted, but I'm not seeing my scores rise, how much positive credit do you have and how much age is on those positive items? The next thing, this is why it is so important to start to build credit as soon as possible. We see this happen. We'll use the same scenario. They're at a 580, and their consultant explained why their scores are not moving. And if the person can't afford to go and get a secure card, that's understandable. Don't be out on vacation. Don't be out buying some Jordans, but you're not doing everything on your end to help these scores move up. So you got to be accountable for yourself too. So now we're on month 3. You got 1 more item deleted off your credit. Credit going up to 600. No credit building. Say month 4. Month 4 happened. They get an update in month 4. No change on the credit because you're not just going to get like the results every month. So say month 4 comes. Month 4 you're still at a 600. Month 5 comes. You get 1 more item off your credit. And you go from a 600 to a 610, but you online saying like, man, why are these people going from a 580 to a 700 in like 4 or 5 months? I don't understand why. You have to follow all the steps that's provided to you. If this individual would have started to build credit at the beginning, in month 1, they would have had, we said the example of 5 months, right? Those 5 months or 2 positive accounts hitting their credit, instead of being at a 610, they'll probably be at like around a 680 or a 690. So credit building is extremely important, but also to understand what happens when items are deleted, what happens to your credit. So that's how to improve your credit without the setbacks. Here's another big setback that happens. Y'all ready for now? This is going to be good because this is the mentality of a lot of people. All right, you guys are ready for this. I pull my credit. I'm at a 550. I'm like, man. So I call Masters Credit Consultants, and they set me up for a free phone consultation. They telling me everything I got to do on my credit. Well, Mr. Wallace, you don't have any positive credit. I'm going to tell you to get 2 2 secure cards. I'll send you the link for that. Okay, perfect. And I'm going to sign up for the credit repair program. So I'm like, well, hey, I'm paying for credit repair. These guys are going to do everything. All I got to do, just what they tell me to do, is to get these 2 cards, and they'll do everything. So boom, I'm at a 550. I'm going to follow their steps. I'm going to obtain 2 secure cards like they said. Now, month 1 comes. 2 deletions. My scores, you're not really going to see a huge impact from the secure cards in month 1. All right, I'm okay. I'm at a 580. I'm going the right direction. Right, because now I got some positive that's hitting our credit too. Okay. I'm looking good. I'm looking good. Month 4. What in the world? I went from a 615 to a 565. I'm in month 4 and I'm 15 points above where I started. I don't understand what happened. You had a late payment on a secure card or any other account that's on your credit. If you got an installment account like a car loan, that one late payment, all this hard work that you just done, you got that one late payment that just drop your scores down. Your payment history is the most important factor of your credit score. The next thing that we see that's coming is someone have an account and they allow the account, well, you know, I'm not paying that account. I'm just going to allow it to go to collection because they're going to take care of it anyway. That's what I'm paying them for. You just done all of this work right here, and you're going to allow a brand new collection to hit your credit. Now, that late payment took you down. That a new collection on your credit, you might as well don't get discouraged because it's you and it happened. It's your account, whether it's an old account that's 5 years old, 6 years old. It happened at some point in your life. That was your account. So people are like, well, they didn't send me a notice or they didn't call me. At some point, it was your account. It came back on your credit. Now we just have to take actions to work to have the account validated or removed. So once you start on credit repair, it is highly important that you make sure that you have no new collections. Don't ignore anything that comes in the mail. You have to pay attention to everything so you can continue to see an upward trend in your scores, because without a late payment, without a new collection, your scores are going to continue to just trend up month over month. You'll see an upward trend. I want to just make sure I reiterate this. Do not wait until month 6 or month 5 to start trying to build credit. And then you're like, I don't understand why my scores are not moving, but I'm getting items removed from my credit, negative items removed. Your scores will just stall out. You'll be like at a 610 or 615 after 6 months and be like, man, I don't understand why my scores are not moving. You have to start building credit simultaneously. So when you start to work on your credit, start to build your credit at the same time. So in 5 months or 6 months down the road, if there's been 6, 7, 8 items deleted from your credit, now you got 6 payments, 6 positive payments that's hitting your credit at the same time. Last thing. So I'm going to clear up a misconception where this works sometimes and how it does not work. That's why it is important to understand someone's credit file. You as an individual need to understand your credit file before you say, I'm going to go out and buy a trade line, because that's what everybody else on Facebook groups and on YouTube is saying to get added to my mom or a family member, or to buy a trade line. So I'm either going to become an authorized user on someone's account, or I'm going to buy a trade line. Okay. Does it work? Absolutely. What are your goals though? So if your goals are to become a homeowner, if your goals are like to establish credit with like premier cards like American Express, Citi, Chase, and to build your credit from there, the systems now will deny you and say that you do not have enough established credit. Because say you went through this credit process and you got no secured cards, and you're like, well, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna get to the end when they get all this off my credit. Then I'm gonna get like 2 trade lines added on my credit. So I'm gonna give you a perfect example. These are just an example. So say you worked on your credit for 6 months. You went from a 550 to a 620. That's good, right? Now you got fair credit. And then you say, well, I'm going to purchase 2 trade lines and add those to my credit. Wow. Oh my God, I'm telling everybody I got a 750 credit score. Boom. What? Never seen that in my life, right? Right. So now you at a 750, you feeling good about it. And then you're like, well, now I've been trying to buy this house. Everything is in order. They told me I need to get my credit scores up. I'm going to get the best interest rate. I'm at a 750. And you go and apply for a pre-approval for a home. And guess what they're going to tell you? You have no established credit. Those trade lines mean nothing. You have no primary credit on your own. So they don't care about those trade lines. That score now means nothing. They want to see your own established credit for 6 months to 12 months. So now you're right back to square one, which now that you know this now, it would make sense to get 2 secured cards. In the beginning, and now you're at a 750. That 750 is now I didn't want to go too high. I'm gonna be safe. So we'll say a 790. You can pretty much do anything with a 790. You could pretty much do anything right now. You got 2 primary cards for 7 months. You have 2 trade lines that got age and excellent payment history over 4 or 5 years. So now you fill every gap of the FICO score. So the proper way to do it is get like a parent, someone inside your household who has good credit. If they don't have good credit, get them started now. So you, your parents, your siblings, your spouse, everyone can move up together. So then when the next person need their scores and need a boost, all you have to do is just add them. Now add them on that card. They got good payment history now, over a year or 2 years of age added on their credit. It'll jump their scores up. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I know these are the things that will prevent you from having setbacks on your road to having excellent credit. So I'll clear off the board later. Guys, thank you for joining me. I hope you guys learned a lot. We talked about what is credit. We talked about the 5 factors that makes up credit. We talked about credit repair. We talked about age of your credit. We talked about secured cards. We talked about collections, how it impacts in multiple ways. We talked about authorized users and trade lines. So I hope you guys should take this information. If you don't need it, if you got good credit right now, share it to a friend, share the post, the video to a family member so everybody can learn, right? Knowledge is power, so we got to share this information. Guys, thank you so much for joining. Make sure you like, comment, drop a comment down in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. If you need help on your credit, make sure you call Masters Credit Consultants, 864-249-9466. And we'll see you guys on Wednesday.
What the bosses view. You gotta sacrifice. You wanna move like bosses move.
YMA, Young Millionaires Association. Yeah, see, that's the association. Joe.